a perhaps surprising reality. To reject the doctrine of the resurrection is actually to commit yourself to an irrational position. And I think this is important for us to think through. We often just sort of resign ourselves to being on the defensive, to kind of being back on our heels about something like this supernatural claim. That it does seem like a big ask. It does seem implausible. It does seem unlikely that we anticipate some sort of bodily resurrection from the grave. We know death. We know the processes that follow death. We know all about decay and decomposition. Sure seems final, sure seems irreversible to us. But if it's the case that the God who made all of this is the God of the Bible, who has revealed himself to us in the person of Jesus Christ and in the authoritative record of his word, and he says he can do it, I think we have solid grounds for believing he can do it. And so when it comes to the question of bodily resurrection, I think we actually only have three positions, three potential options. Firstly, we can say that the God responsible for life, for DNA, for photosynthesis, for the rich variety of Earth's creatures, for the sun, the solar system, the universe, and all the laws that govern it, that God lacks the capacity to resurrect our mortal bodies. That's a manifestly foolish position, right? That's a stupid position to take, which is why Paul refers to it in exactly that way. The second option would be to say that resurrection is a false hope because there is no God behind life, DNA, photosynthesis, the rich variety of Earth's creatures, the sun, the solar system, the universe, and all the laws that govern it. And I think we can say confidently that that too is an irrational position, is a foolish position. There's a reason that God says we're without excuse, because design is everywhere. Everywhere we look, we see parts purposefully arranged to perform a function and arranged with a level of complexity and specificity that boggle the mind. And it's not the case, as we've seen again and again and again, that the advance of modern science has revealed to us that things are not actually designed. The more we've learned, the more we see that the designer is absolutely necessary to explain the incredible level of specified complexity we see everywhere. I was listening to John Lennox recently talk about the God of the gaps. And this is a flawed argument that a lot of people maintain in responding to Christianity. That they say, look, we used to have all these gaps in our understanding, right? You heard thunder, you saw lightning, you didn't know what was going on. So you said, there's a thunder God, there's a lightning God. But once we learn about atmospheric physics, we know how these things happen. And therefore, we no longer have any need for that God because the gap in our understanding is closed. But that's never been the God of the Bible. What does Paul say? The God who made the heavens and the earth, everything, everywhere. And so what we see when we learn about atmospheric physics or biology or chemistry or astronomy is everywhere we look, we see design. We see a specified complexity. We see laws that came from a lawgiver. And so we're not looking for God to explain the little bits of things here and there that we don't understand. We're looking for the God that's vitally demanded by everything we do understand. And that's the God who has revealed himself to us in the scriptures. And so option 3 is that the God of creation can do exactly as he promises. And you'd be foolish to maintain otherwise. You can't look anywhere without seeing things that were designed by God to function exactly as he made them, even in this cursed fallen world, that are so beyond our comprehension that it's unimaginable, right? You look at your own hand, and if you had a microscope and a nanochemistry degree, you could spend the rest of your born days studying the pathways and the processes going on in your hand, from the bones to the ligaments to the blood vessels, and exhaust your life and never get to the end of everything that's going on there. Anywhere you look, the animal world, photosynthesis, farming, the stars, our solar system, the sun, the moon, all of this testifies to God's incredible, limitless, creative power. And so it's that God who we trust when he says, I can give you a glorified body. It's not going to be a problem, right? Gonna be just fine. If you want to know about the God in whom we've trusted, look around at what he's already done. And our doubts can just melt away because we know that his power, his capacities, his wisdom is just beyond comprehension. And That's the God who promises to give us life, to give life to our mortal bodies, to raise us up with bodies imperishable, to be with him in heaven forever. And are you thankful for that?